Hello guys, welcome back to Literary Tutorial by Anisha Mangla. Today's topic is about the important terms like unification of sensibility, disassociation of sensibility, objective correlativity. And this I have taken from the Routledge Dictionary of Literary Terms. So stay connected and keep jotting it down so that you can have a note of what are the important terms and what are the exact explanation from the very important book Routledge. Unification of sensibility. By this, T.S. Eliot means a fusion of thought and feeling, a recreation of thought into feeling, a direct sensuous apprehension of thought. Bad poetry results when there is disassociation of sensibility, that is, the poet is unable to feel his thought, means conversion of your thoughts into the feeling that can be well read and well written. If it is not written properly, then it is a bad poetry, and that brings up disassociation of sensibility. Unified sensibility, such as Duns, was able, on other hand, to feel a thought as immediately as the odor of a rose. The poetry of the moderns was the recapture this unified sensibility. Like the wasteland is a kind of pattern for the poetic amalgamation of disparate elements. Coleridge's synthesis of imagination is at back of this idea, but the term and concept derived from the French symbolist critic Remy, and Eliot sees in Baudelaire, Lafroche, a similar unification. Now we will be talking about disassociation of sensibility. Now for this was a term given to us by T.S. Eliot in his essay The Metaphysical Poet. A term coined by T.S. Eliot in The Metaphysical Poet, originally an anonymous review in TLS 1921 of Grenson's anthology Metaphysical Lyrics and Poem of the 17th century. So it is very important to jot down that this term has been given to us, coined by T.S. Eliot. But first it was given in TLS of Grenson's anthology. The essay concludes the poets of 17th century possessed a mechanism of sensibility which could devour any kind of experiences. Means the 17th century poet was so good as they had the mechanism of sensibility that they could devour any kind of, they can inhale, they can write any kind of experiences. But with Milton and Dryden, a disassociation set in from which we have never recovered. But when Milton and Dryden began to write, they began to use disassociation. There was no unified in the sensibility. This term was coined by Eliot in 1921. It refers to the way in which intellectual thought was separated from the experiences of feeling in 17th century poetry. Eliot is of the view that poets of 17th century possessed a mechanism of sensibility which they had, in which they could devour any kind of experience. They are simple, artificial, difficult, and fantastic. Eliot argued that for metaphysical poet, a thought was an experience. Right? Whatever they experienced, that thought became an experience, and then they could write it. It was integrated with emotional and bodily response. They were very much indulged in their poetry. Since the time of John Milton, thought had been divorced from feeling. As the former became more refined and subtle, the latter became cruder. Eliot does not regard Tennyson and Browning as great poets. Now this is again very important thing to jot down, that according to T.S. Eliot, Tennyson and Browning were not the great poet. They just have the ideas, but they fail to transmit their ideas into emotion and sensation. Browning has idea but failed to transmit his ideas into emotion and sensation. Merely dry thoughts or logic do not make a great poetry. So according to Eliot, feelings and thoughts are very important. A mature poet can experience or feel his thought as he does the fragrance of a rose. A bad poet cannot do so. Now, Gwyneth Booth attributed the disassociation to Hobbes, L.C. Knight to Bacon, and Frank Kermode in a chapter on the doctrine in romantic image, 1957, described the concept as quite useless historically. Now we will be talking about objective correlative. T.S. Eliot used this phrase to describe a set of objects, a situation, a chain of events which shall be the formula of that particular emotion that the poet feels and hopes to evoke in the reader. In Hamlet, he says that it is the only way of experiences emotion in the form of art is by finding an objective correlative. In other words, a set of objects, a situation, a change of event which shall be the formula of that particular emotion, such that when the external facts are given, the emotion is immediately evoked. Like the emotions should come out from your within when you read any form of art. There must be positive connection, not a negative one. Positive connection between the emotion of the poet, emotion the poet is trying to express, and the object, image or situation in the poem that help to convey that emotion to the reader. Means everything should be well connected. The emotions, the object that has been depicted, the situation that has been created, so that while reading the reader can evoke his emotion. Eliot thus determined that Shakespeare's play Hamlet was an artistic failure. अब ये बहुत important चीज है कि Eliot ने कौन से शेक्सपियर के प्ले को आर्टिस्टिक फेलियर बोला गया है या Hamlet को क्या बोला है artistic failure. Why? Because Hamlet's intense emotion overwhelmed the author's attempt to express them through an objective correlative. Eliot's theory of objective correlative is closely related to imagist movement. Now, it has been criticized, Vivas criticized the concept in detail in Creation and Discovery, arguing that a writer only discovers a particular emotion to express in act of composition. Means writer only uses particular emotion in particular form of art. So that's what's all for today's video. I hope you like it. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel and watch it till end. Thank you.